Hello everybody, so I'm driving back to Kansas for the summer from school, so I'm right in the middle of my 18-hour drive from Pennsylvania to Kansas, and I like to break up my road trip a little bit because 18 hours is a really long time to drive straight, because I don't usually stop for the night. So I am currently in Illinois, southern Illinois, and I have a stop planned here just in a few minutes. That's pretty interesting because this is not actually the first road trip I've been on this week. I just got back yesterday from a long trip down to Texas with several other people, and we stopped a number of places, and I was able to look for some rocks and fossils, and one of those was this small town in southern Illinois where we stopped for lunch at McDonald's, and I looked in the parking lot next door, and there's this large pile of church gravel sitting there in the corner, and so I went and looked through it, and it turned out it was loaded with agates, Crowley's Ridge agates from the General Ozark area here. That one. So Gerald and I are here and looking through this gravel pile and just stumbled across this amazing hoard of Crowley's Ridge agates. These aren't even our best specimens, but this gravel pile here is just loaded with them. Just incredible agates everywhere. By far the best agate hunting I've ever seen. And so I picked up a few then, but I want to go ahead and stop again now that I'm driving past a few days later and see what I can find and hopefully actually film some of it so that I can show them to all of you guys. So stay tuned, I should be there in just a few minutes, and then we'll get out and find some agates hopefully. So here I am at the gravel pile at last. Got this nice big pile here, and then it's kind of spread out into the lot behind me, which makes it easy to look for stuff. Anyway, as you can see, it's a lot of brown chert. I'll show you some pieces up closer in just a minute, but interesting because you wouldn't really expect to find agates here, but apparently this type of agate, the Crowley Ridge agate, does form in chert-bearing regions apparently, and then you can find it in gravel piles like this. Apparently, I've never heard of it before until finding this the other day, so again, I'll look around a little bit, show you what we're looking for, and see what we can find. So stay tuned. So this is the type of gravel we're looking at. It's a lot of just really boring, traditional gray chert, in this kind of fairly chunky size. But as you'll see here shortly, there are actually quite a few agates scattered throughout. I can already see, here's a little geode. It has some crystals inside, little botryoidal bubbles there. So that's not a true agate, but it is the same type of material the agates are formed from. So we'll see if we can find some better stuff. Here's the first proper little agate I've found. You can see that tight little banding around the edge, and then the quartz infill there in the middle. So a pretty little agate. There are better ones here, but that's a nice little find to start off with. Here's another little agate with some pretty nice banding. So that's pretty typical for this type of agate to have that brownish coloration and then fairly well-defined fortification banding. So it's really cool. I'm not finding a ton of agates here so far, which probably means that me and my friend picked most of them the other day when we were here. Most of the easy ones, I should say, because there's obviously many more underneath. So again, I'll keep looking. So not an agate yet, but here's a really cool botryoidal piece, which is clearly from the inside of a geode. It's got these neat bubbly patterns, and I'm pretty sure if you look at the edge, yeah, there's banding in there as well. So a little chalcedony bubbly nodule. We'll keep looking and hopefully find a better agate here shortly. I will just note again that this is a very public location, and it's truly urban rockhounding in the sense of the word. So it makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable with traffic driving by close by and being in a city, but there are definitely still things to be found here. Even if these aren't native and aren't from the immediate surrounding neighborhood, they are still really cool rocks, and most people wouldn't think to look for them here in a parking lot. So it's cool, and keep looking for a little bit, see what else we can find. Here's another little agate, more of a peeler, as I think they're called. The layers are kind of flaking apart. It has a little pocket of druzy quartz crystals in the inside, so it's quite a cool looking little agate. Again, they do get better than this. I'll have to show you a few of the ones I found yesterday. after I finish looking around here a bit. So I just stopped filming there, and then I noticed this lying next to me. So this is a very, very good example of one of these agates. It's got that fine detailed fortification banding, and then the quartz infill there on the inside. So again, lovely little pockets of pattern, gorgeous banding. This one would look amazing if I polished up a side. Very, very fine, detailed, intricate fortifications there. So this is about as detailed as they get for this type of agate from what I've seen, but really an awesome piece there. Right next to that piece was this little piece here. And again, fairly detailed banding, but it's got this beautiful little pocket of botryoidal druzy quartz crystals. So it's really sparkly in there. And it's cool that these agates form as geodes often. And then you get to see these cool little mix of agate and geode features in the same rock. So here's the smaller piece, but just as intricate. It's got that fine banding. Honestly, very similar to what you would expect from a Lake Superior agate, except for the color. But very fine, intricate banding. And it's just remarkable that they're so common within this gravel pile here. Again, these are likely, to the best of my knowledge, Crowley's Ridge agates, which are normally found in southern Missouri and northern Arkansas along a ridge there, named Crowley's Ridge, obviously. So these probably aren't native to the specific area of Illinois, but these have been trucked in here apparently, and can be found very easily in this type of gravel. So that's really remarkable, and I'll definitely be stopping here other times when I drive past and see if it's still here and see what else I can pick out of here. Here's a small one, but it's a little bit more brightly colored than some of the others. Crowley's Ridge agates tend to be mostly these dull earth tones and don't usually show any bright colors, which is a little bit sad, but again, with that intricate banding like that, or like this stone here, you can't really complain, and they do polish up quite nicely. So hopefully I can polish a few of these over the summer and maybe post some of the results here eventually. So here's a closer look at a couple of the best ones I found during my short stop here, and also one from the other day. Again, just very beautiful agates, very, very intricate detail, and some geode features as well here on some of these. So really quite incredible pieces. And again, just really surprising that you can find them in a gravel pile like this at the edge of a lot. So there we go, an amazing stop on a long road trip, and a great way to get a breath of fresh air and get a little bit of exercise. And again, just such an incredible find to be able to find really high quality agates just in a parking lot like this. I'm not willing to publicly share the location of this, but if you live in Southern Illinois and can figure it out by this type of gravel, or if you contact me personally, I'm willing to let you know. Although I'm sure this pile won't be here for long, as it'll eventually get spread out and taken to other places. But again, really fun stop, and really glad I happened upon this place the other day. And yeah, you never know where you'll find agates. So good luck and happy rock hunting, and we'll see you later.